this. We want to hear from
Grant
you.
is changing the world one track at a time on Grant's Rock Warehouse.
I hope this isn't the way the show's going to be. Wait a minute, Webb. Let's try one more time. I mean, Jay. Webb's good. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You're very low, but we'll deal with it. But at least it's not feedback. All right. Anybody? First of all, I want to welcome the panel, I think. Sidney, Webb, young Logan's here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a
Logan.
Round of applause.
There he is. And then the Elder of Rock is making his virgin episode here.
What?
And the Elder hasn't been on here before.
Oh,
Yes.
But people know him on the Contrarians. And then
Right.
we've got Jay's back. So all these people have been here before, except
I
the
haven't been on
Elder.
here.
No, but you will be seeing more of the Elder. Who are you pointing to?
Elder.
No, you're
Well, the
not.
Elder's over here.
You're pointing to Logan.
I don't know what you people are
Not
doing.
on my screen. That's right.
Holy God, this is what a train wreck.
Down.
All right, everybody.
Oh,
I do
you
want
gotta
to
do
thank
the opposite
everybody.
way. Yeah, there you
We are
go.
really going to have a
There's Webb
show.
right there. I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank everybody in the chat. You know, these live shows, you never know what's going to happen, and that's what makes them so fun. So anyway, I want to welcome the panel. How is everybody tonight?
Great.
Wonderful.
It was a rough start, but boy, oh boy, we're here. All right,
We
so
got there.
tonight we got here. So who's here? George, hello, nice to see you. Yes, Kyle, it's true. You never thought you'd ever see it happen, but Logan's been on. You've been on here before,
He has, yeah.
but not like as a panelist.
Not like this.
Jason.
Not like this. You know, we should actually have him go first.
Logan.
Well, yeah, Kyle. If you hear an echo, if anybody, keep monitoring everybody. Look at who's here. Creighton, Jesus.
Of course, Cretan.
Weird Debbie's here. I kind of like that.
Cool.
Weird Debbie M. She looks, it's like a dog. Debbie, a dog? I don't know.
Grant.
Ken. Look at Ken. Ken, nice to see you. Why? Does someone know
Yeah.
Weird
Hello,
Debbie?
Kenneth.
Who's Weird Debbie?
She's always on our streams.
Oh, nice.
He hasn't been
Yeah,
over
this
here,
will be
Grant. I
one
figured
like
she
that.
would have been.
Oh, I don't come over to I don't slum at other channels. Come on.
Well, no, I mean on yours, on your channel.
Yeah.
She's never been over here.
No?
She's been on with Schnee. You and Schnee, she's been
Oh,
on.
Debbie, you're a friend of Schnee's?
I think.
Oh, we
Yeah.
should be
Thank.
probably.
Dean, and then I saw another one I didn't recognize, which is cool.
Yeah, Dean's going. Alias
Oh,
was.
there-
We haven't even got there, Dean.
Oh,
Calm
your
down.
wife is
Who is
here.
this Ashley
you're,
person? Who is this
yeah,
Ashley?
Whose wife?
That's mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Ashley,
That's
look at
mine.
you. Ashley, you look pretty
Mine.
good. Shh, Webb, I'm talking to her.
You can talk. She likes you, Grant. So.
Ashley, you're looking pretty good, pretty fine.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus.
You're gonna get.
Well, look at her.
Oh, no. And she's punchy. She'll come at you. So just
Weird
be
Debbie
ready.
is always on SOT. Oh, okay. Well, I can't be everywhere. All right, everybody, let's have some fun. And the way this show will work is that we're going to go around the horn. Everybody's going to give a brief synopsis, what they like, what they don't like about the record, and a rating out of 10. What I want from everybody in the peanut gallery is when I want your opinion, we're going to take your rating out of 10 as well. Because all we're doing here is trying to turn people onto this record or turn people off. I don't know what the panel's going to say. So this is all the one and done series is about, is looking at those bands that have put out one record and that's it. There's usually a reason they only put out one record. So, but anyway, so Sheriff was formed in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 1979. They're like an AOR, hard rock, soft rock band. They kind of cover a lot of different things. I was going to mention the band names, but I would probably butcher everybody. Freddy Curci, vocals. What do you say it? Curci?
Oh,
Curci, yeah.
The Italian name. You gotta say Curci.
Curci. Steve DeMarchi,
I don't know for sure.
guitar.
Curci.
Arnold
I butchered
Lanni,
his name
keyboards,
too,
rhythm,
so I'm not
guitar.
even going to attempt.
Wolf Hassel bass, Ric Dowhan drummer, replaced by Rob Elliott. All right. So anyway, they signed with Capitol in 1982. They toured across Canada supporting the Beach Boys. They put out the one album in 1982. They had a hit, When I'm With You, right? Wasn't that the hit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
1983, peak
Yeah, I'm
number
with
8,
you, yeah.
61 in the Billboard chart. So anyway, we're going to get started, and I think I am going to start. Well, no, I don't want to throw him out there to the wolves. He's so young and vulnerable, like a little baby. Let's throw Logan out to the wolves. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to do it. Logan, Elder, Jay,
Logan.
Webb, and then Sidney. All right,
One in
Logan.
order, yeah.
I know, I'll never remember.
All right.
It will happen.
So,
Jay will
I-
drop out or something, and we'll all go to hell. Anyway, Logan, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Logan is here to talk to you. Go ahead.
thank you. Thanks, Grant, for having me and Sidney on. I
Of
appreciate
course.
it.
What are you, like a pair?
Nice to meet Jay, and it's nice to see Elder for once, instead of watching him on,
The freaking
on my
elders.
TV.
Now, I want to let you guys know the elder is the man. So just keep that.
Yeah.
And Webb, I know Webb. So, but I'll get into the. I wrote down some of the chart action for this album. It got to number 44 on the Canadian charts, and number 60 on the U.S. Billboard 200.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not gonna attempt. I wrote down the band members' names, but I would butcher that. So I'm not gonna try to do that. But I'm gonna highlight a couple of my favorite songs on this album. I have about 4 or 5 that I really like. The first track, "You Remind Me," it's got some great lead guitar, which me and Sidney were talking about earlier. It's hard telling who's really playing the leads on this album because the keyboard / rhythm guy wrote the majority of the album. So it might be DeMarchi. I tried, but
I
it
think
might
I
be
will go with that.
yeah, it might be Arnold Lanni too. I don't know, but yeah, it's got some great harmony vocals in that song. It's got a great rocking chorus, and I think during the chorus it kind of has some like Point of No Return Kansas style keyboard riffs and stuff. I kind of get that feeling to it.
Ashley, we should.
But yeah, I love the solo in the song. It kind of sounds like they're trading off from each other. And second track, "California." It's one of my highlights on the album. Love the way this song kicks in with that hard rock riff and great vocals, while a simple 4 on the floor drum groove is used. Immediately getting into that chorus, it's cool that the guitar and vocal lines are kind of in unison with each other. I like that. About a minute and a half in, we get some guitar soloing, and it plays some cool lines. And then the section from the start returns at the end with what's his name? Freddy, right?
Freddy.
Yeah,
There's no Frankie.
because we were talking earlier, I said Frankie, but yeah, he starts going kind of high on this song "California" at the end. But yeah, it's one of my
Ready.
more liked songs on the album. And then the last song on side 1 is "Kept Me Coming," which I said it's like Ted Nugent music inspired and like Kiss inspired lyrics. It's one of the heavier hard rock songs on the album. It's got a little breakdown section. I really like that. It brings a nice change of pace to the track. Love the solo on this one. Kind of goes crazy on it. Crazy whammy bar, tapping and guitar theatrics is what I call it. But yeah, it's just a good hard rocker then the first side off with. And I'll mention "Mama's Baby," which is the opener on side 1 or side 2. I think it's my favorite on here. Just kind of shows like the more melodic side of the band as well as the rocking side, because it starts like a piano ballad. It's got some nice like slide and atmospheric keyboards, and then it goes like I think this kind of sounds Styx a little bit, kind of reminiscent of like Blue Collar Man a little bit in that riff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bass work from Hassel, it shines through on the verses on this song. And I love the harmony vocals all over this album, but like on "Mama's Baby," I think it's really good. But yeah, and I love the ending to the song as well with the repeat of the chorus and some nice soloing underneath it all. And he gives like a nice high note at the end to finish it off. And I wanted to mention "Crazy Without You." I'm wondering if you guys heard this. The verses of this song remind me of Survivor's "High on You," the way the melody is. But this is before that.
Mm-hmm.
Survivor took their sound from Sheriff, damn it.
Never know.
No, Survivor.
But yeah.
I know they were. Yeah, I know. Well,
I'll
wait a minute,
mention-
Byron.
I'll do one more.
Hold on, Logan. Shut up. Byron, you know
Okay,
Ernesto's always late. Shit. Ernesto won't be here for another maybe 45 minutes.
Well, he's 3 hours behind us, man. You got to think about that.
I don't care about that. Go ahead.
All right, so I'll mention I'll mention two more, okay? I won't take up too much more time, but we'll go with Elisa.
No, you're pretty wordy there, Logan.
Yeah.
This is a tight-knit show.
I get called the Loganpedia on our channel. I don't know what that's about, but
Who calls you that?
One of our regular guests, but yeah, Loganpedia is his nickname.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
The Loganpedia. It's actually meant as a compliment.
but I'll go with I'll talk about Elisa here. Love that melodic keyboard intro that goes right into like the descending guitar riffs. And then the song really showcased the singer's vocals, I think. Kind of mid-tempo in nature. And I think this is probably the guitarist, whoever's playing it, it's the best solo on the album. Gets a great tone, emotional feel on it. And kind of like the track before it, which is Crazy Without You. I could have seen this being put out as a single at the time, because I think there's only two. Because I know You Remind Me was a hit in Canada, right? And When I'm With You, obviously. But yeah, and I'll end on the last track, Give Me Rock and Roll, which is another hard rock and fast song, like Kept Me Coming, kind of like the energy the band gives on this track. Lyrically, the song kind of telling the story of the band. I think this would make a good, if there's any live footage of these guys, I don't know, but it'd be like a cool live song to open the concert with, kind of. But yeah, it's about.
Go ahead.
Go on, Grant.
Oh, I was going to say, I've got the Capitol CD, which doesn't have bonus tracks, but the Rock Candy reissue has live track, because there was a promo live record that was pressed, and I think
I seen that. Yeah.
So if anybody's looking for this, because I don't know if you want to buy it yet, I would definitely look at the Rock Candy CD as opposed to the original Capitol CD, at least for it's got bonus tracks. But anyway, sorry, go ahead. There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
One moment for Ernesto, everybody. He's here finally. Thank you, Ernesto.
Got to give him a clap.
Got to give him a clap.
But yeah, I'll just wrap up. I like the change of styles on this album. I think Grant mentioned that at the start. They kind of do like slower ballads, energetic hard rock, and I think like even on Living for a Dream, it's a little progressive, like and I think anybody who's a fan of rock, hard rock or classic rock, they could find something to enjoy in this album, to me. So
right.
You want me to give a rating?
I want your rating out of 10.
7.
7. That's solid, ladies and gentlemen. Young Logan.
I'll shut up now.
No, I'm just saying, young Logan. Look at that. Webb, what do you?
Logan.
I mean,
Nice.
Jay, what are you having there, buddy? Having a little bevy? Wow, that's the way to do it. Anyway, young Logan, excellent, hitting it out of the park, ladies and gentlemen. There must be Sea of Tranquility episode, because no one's here supporting you guys. See, whenever I go live, there's always Sea of Tranquility. It doesn't matter. All right, thanks, Logan. Let's throw it over to the Elder of Rock. Elder, what's your thoughts on this record and your rating out of 10?
All right. I remember, I haven't heard this record since like the 80s. A friend of mine had it, and then I remember the single When I'm With You or whatever. When I'm With You, yeah. And a friend of mine had it, and back in the 80s, and I remember hearing it. I really didn't think much of it then, but now listening to it again, really good piece of AOR music, rock. The guitar player reminded me of like Ace Frehley or Gary Richrath, that kind of lead, really tone wise, and really the licks that he was doing reminded me a lot of that. The singer reminded me of he definitely, I don't know if he ever tried out, but he definitely could have been in Jefferson Starship. He definitely could have replaced Mickey Thomas in Jefferson Starship. Has that type of voice.
100%.
The songs themselves, I thought they were pretty good. I always find it funny. Song is Kept Me Coming. Like
wait a minute, Elder.
On.
Start over that sentence, because you kind of locked up for a second, and then we kind of missed that at the beginning.
Oh, do I need to drop?
I think ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a space-time
What do you need to hear me say? I don't know.
problem. Do you notice how much of a delay
name's
there is
Logan.
with the elder?
You want me to go out and come in?
No, just keep going. There's just a delay.
Okay.
The first thing you, yeah.
But I always find it like kind of funny. These bands, they have these tender love ballads, and then they come back like a song, like about with a groupie or something, you know. But anyway, I thought this was a really good album. Really catchy tunes. You know, I'm not gonna go like I was echoing everything Logan says about the songs. Really, as far as you know, Mama's Baby, definitely a good song. I agree, that's a good song. And the only song I didn't really like is kind of the last one, Give Me Rock and Roll. It just seemed to be like
Filler.
the kind of cliche. We got to put a song about rock and roll on here. And so anyway, so I would probably give this for what it is and what it's trying to be, which is commercial rock and roll. I'm going to give this an 8.
Ooh, all right.
Mm, okay.
Excellent, Elder. Perfect. All right. Let's throw over to.
Am I still on a
let's
time
throw-
continuum?
Yes.
You're good.
But you're good. You're good. So, all right. Thank you, Elder. Let's throw it over to Jay and pray, everybody. Look. Oh,
All right.
Look at this. Wait a minute. Logan's mom's in the chat now.
Uh-oh.
Connie,
All
how are
right,
you?
Connie.
How's it going, Connie?
Wow.
Nice
Oh,
to
boy.
see you. All right. Anyway, Jay, you ready? Let's hear it.
Yeah,
Hope-
man, I'm ready. Can you hear me?
barely.
Can you
Now,
hear me?
everybody, yeah, kind of. All right, everybody. Jay's audio isn't the best, so just everybody pay attention. So,
Yeah, and I have no idea why. All right, well, I'll keep this real short since you can barely hear me. There's like 4 standout cuts for me on this record, and they actually go 1, 2, 3, and the next skips. The opening track, You Remind Me, is killer. It's an excellent way to open the album. It's got great balance between keyboards and guitars. I'm a keyboardist myself, but I think this style of music works best when the guitars are muscular and up front, and the keyboards provide color and texture. And they hit the nail on the head.
no, better. You're
Okay.
better. I was tweaking your audio. A bit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, and so it's got killer melodic hooks, and the harmonies are spot on. The next track, California, another high point. It's got all the hallmarks that make great AOR. Steve DeMarchi's guitar tones are super tasty. Playing is stellar. Freddie's vocals are mostly understated on these opening tracks, which I really appreciate. He does throw in some falsetto gymnastic there towards the end. And there's an interesting pronunciation of California, but pretty cool song. The next song, song 3, with 3 songs in, it's great as well. Harmonies are super killer. I love the subdued Boss 2 style organ, giving the verses some extra texture. Big props to Arnold Lanni's keyboard playing, really on the whole album. Most of it is super tasteful and is aged really well. And then I'll skip over to Mama's Baby. As mentioned earlier, I hear Styx. The very first time I heard this
Yes.
song, instant Styx comparisons came to mind. Not so much in Curci's voice,
Yeah.
but the music and the backing vocals. Totally late 70s style Styx. And for that reason alone, it's one of my favorites on the record. The rest, I feel like the album doesn't know what kind of album it wants to be. They kind of dip into a lot of areas that maybe they're not best suited for. I thought the metal attempts felt kind of, I don't know, kind of inauthentic, even for 1982. Of course, now that's all a matter of taste, and I love metal, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't think Freddie's voice is cut out for that style, so I have to take points off for that. And there's a little bit of self-plagiarization going on this album, too. I noticed that the song Crazy About You is almost a reworking of Making My Way. Maybe a little extra wordy and awkward in the choruses, but it sounds very similar to me. So overall, I'm gonna say, the album is front loaded with the great songs. The first 3 tracks really establish a cool, sophisticated AOR kind of sound. The rest of the album just doesn't quite know what it wants to be. Had they stayed together, maybe another album or 2, I think they may have figured out their sound. I don't think they quite dialed in on it for this one sole album, but I will give it a 5 out of 10.
Ouch.
Oh, that's all right. That's cool, Jay, because we're honest on this channel. So we don't like something, we don't like it. So, well, I'm not saying you don't like it, but I mean, it's just an okay record.
Right. It's an okay record.
It's not bad. It's not great. It's not a classic. It is what it is. I got it. All right. We got a 5. I was going to say, anybody in the chat that do want to go ahead and give me your rating, I'll just try to keep track and I'll throw it up here because we do want to hear from you if you know this record. All right. Thank you, Jay. Excellent. All right. Webb, you're up.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be straight up. The only song I'd ever heard was the single before I listened to this 2 weeks ago. So fresh ears. Yeah, fresh ears. And I'm going to be as honest as I can be about this. Okay. Opening track, I kind of heard a Stone in Love riff for a little bit. It's definitely AOR, like you said. It's that kind of generic 80s AOR rock to me. Maybe totally Survivor. Hear a lot of Styx in the choruses of all these songs. Vocals are strong though. I mean, and the first song has a hooky chorus, cool guitar solo. I'm hearing it and I'm going, okay, this is pretty good. First track. All right, let's keep going. Get to the second song, California. Another cool guitar line. The tempo is the same on the first 2 songs. Drummers always notice that. And I don't know. I need to hear some different tempos here. It didn't grab me. It was okay. But Curci or whatever, he's really hitting some high notes. So the guy can sing. I mean, the guy can sing. But I like what I think Logan or somebody said that he could have been in like Jefferson. Elder said it. Jefferson Starship or whatever. Yeah.
Or was
totally.
Which band was he in? Alias or Frozen Ghost?
Alias.
He's so good. He could be an Alias.
Go on.
Making My Way, third song. I wrote down same tempo again, guys. Come on, let's change it up. I'm hearing 80s Styx again. I mean, it's like almost like they heard, Rockin' the Paradise, and that's just what. And they're like, okay, let's follow this. It's listenable. I'm going to tell you, I'll never play that song again as long as I live. DeMarchi does some cool solos though. I like his tones. I'm hearing. I'm like, okay, this guy's pretty good. It kind of sounds, Making My Way sounds, I wrote, this sounds like a Dennis DeYoung throwaway is what I wrote. So, I'm just being honest. I'm not
Hold on, Webb. Ashley, I do it for you.
Stop. I have to read this. I said the first 3 songs are kind of like a cheap buffet. You'll eat it, but it's barely tolerable. So nothing very tasty. But okay, then you get to the big hit, which went number 1, in 89, 6 years later.
Oh yeah, what was the history about that?
Well, it was released in 83. I'm gonna turn probably to Sidney for the history of that. So, yeah. But it charted in 83, but it was re-released in 89 when the pop metal hair bands were kicking ass, and it went number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. And then they were on like shows and stuff. So When I'm With You is the kind of song that if I would have blasted that, in the car with my friends in high school, I would have been kicked out of the car. I would have been kicked out. That's just we weren't listening to that stuff.
Well.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Keep Me Coming.
Same here.
That's a 2 minutes to midnight riff sped up. Come on. Go back and listen to it. Not exactly, but it's there.
A lot of songs like that, Webb. A lot of songs
every band's done that.
Yeah, and I think he hits kind of an Ian Gillan kind of wail.
It also, you know what?
Yeah.
It also kind of reminded me of Stand Up and Shout a little.
Okay.
Yeah, a little.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that.
Yeah. And then the come on, guys, in the background, she kept me coming all night long. I mean, God.
What's that mean?
Come on, Andre.
Logan knows.
No, I'm
Logan,
too
what's
innocent. I don't know what
that
he's
mean?
talking about.
Connie, where's Connie?
Yeah, but you know
Don't bring
what?
Connie into this, damn it.
I think Elder mentioned it. Or Jay mentioned it. It was they go into like a little bar of 6/4 for a little bit. It's like, whoa, guys, hey, the rhythm changed a little bit. Let's get a little crazy here, and the drummers is playing 4/4 behind it, so it all comes back. But I think his solos. I wrote solos remind me of some JY solos and Styx.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Mama's Baby. Everybody seemed to like it. I wrote that.
Yeah, that too.
This song did not need to be 5 minutes. It does kind of have it sounds like just a lot of early 80s album-oriented rock, Canadian rock bands. Am I hearing like a little Prism or Harlequin or Street Heart? Come on. Help me out, Sidney.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just mentioning, I'll get to it on my turn, but yeah.
Okay,
you're saying
cool.
the same
Okay.
things that I'm thinking.
Okay, cool. I'll try not to. I'll keep going. Crazy Without You. I hear the Boston Don't Look Back riff for a little bit when it kicks in. I heard in the chorus a little Rockin' the Paradise. Anyway, I heard some more Styx and cool, concise guitar solo. He sounds like the most talented guy in the band. The singer obviously can sing. Freddy can sing, but guitar. Then again, it says that the keyboard guy wrote all the songs, so we don't know, right? Kind of sounded like a single a little bit to me. Eliza, cool beginning. Eliza, whatever you want to call it. I felt like it's kind of. I thought it was kind of a good song, but then it's just kind of lacking something. I can't put my finger on it, but I kind of like the halftime groove and the verses. Another cool solo. The guy's bringing some solos. And the main riff behind the solo is cool. I heard a little Toto, maybe. I put Toto vibe here with the keys a little bit.
I get that.
Okay. Living for a Dream.
Oh, yeah, definitely Toto.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It could have been on the first
Living for a
album.
Dream, like the guitar riff with the keys in the beginning, a little counterpoint thing going on. They were like, all right, guys, we've got some talent here. Let's do this. There's some upbeat punches. Freddy's wailing again. I like the arrangement of this one. I know nobody really talked about it. The other guys didn't talk about it, but I kind of thought the song was pretty cool. I also got a little Slaughter vibe on the riffs. I mean, on the vocals, a little that I don't know. I like to compare the other things I hear. I thought it was the coolest song structure on the record. Cool song. And let's wrap it up with Give Me Rock and Roll. A little bit of filler, but I don't know. It kind of rocks for me. I mean, they're giving it to me. They're giving me the rock and roll in the last song. I'm like, where has it been? Where has it, we waited till song 10, So I put it could have been the opening song.
Why isn't it not doing it?
I think it could have been the opening
there
song.
it goes.
There we go.
There you go.
There you
Ted
go.
Nugent vocal delivery and music vibe here is what I put for Give Me Rock and Roll. He's shredding on the solo.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like two guys playing. So you're right. The Arnold Lanni guy must be doing some solos. And I just thought he has the guitars have a cool tone throughout the whole album. I'll give him that. I really enjoyed that. The drummer actually does one fast fill in this song at the very end.
Well, you don't want to overdo
there
it.
he goes. And so overall, I put generic album-oriented rock. It sounds like a dozen or two or three other dozen bands in the early 80s. They do bring strong vocals, great range and pitch. I mean, the guy can sing, cool guitar solos. I put 4 or 5 good songs. I'll add 4 songs to my Canadian classic rock playlist.
Nice.
And I'll give it 5 out of 5.
Wait,
5 out of 5. Sorry,
5 out of 5.
wow.
5 out of 10.
5 out
Wow.
of 10. All right.
And yeah, I can see why this got lost in the shuffle in '83. I can see why it's a one and done. That's this. Yeah, There you go.
It's just okay. All right, excellent.
Hmm.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's throw it over to Sidney and get his
All right.
synopsis.
So yeah, You Remind Me. It was actually went to number 8 in Canada in '82 when it came out, or '83 around there. And then I think the reason they probably re-released it was 2 of the members left to form Frozen Ghost, a band called Frozen Ghost, and they had a couple of big hits in Canada. And I guess they figured, oh, let's re-release a single from our old album. Let's release our old hit, and it worked. So I'm assuming that's what happened, because they formed Frozen Ghost in around like '88, and that's when they had some big hits. So that kind of makes sense that it got re-released at that time. But yeah, You Remind Me was a pretty big hit here when it came out. Went to number 8, and I think it's a pretty good song, cool, fun riff, and yeah, it's a strong start to the album. I'm actually I like this album probably more than you guys do, but yeah, I like every song except for the hit, basically. Never really need to hear that again. It's a shame, because you hear that song and you would think like the whole album is just going to be like this kind of, I don't know, wimpy album. Like my dad had the cassette, so I used to listen to that all the time because I wanted to check it out, because I just knew the hit, and I'm like, well, let me give this a shot. And then yeah, I pretty much, I'm not going to go through everything. You pretty much went through everything, but yeah, I like You Remind Me, California's cool song. I love his vocals. I love Freddy's vocals. He goes really high pitch. The highlight for me, as much as I love like the really fast, like you said, Nugent like rockers on here, my favorite song is probably Living for a Dream.
Yeah.
I love when he hits those high screams. It's like very Ian Gillan kind of. But yeah, you said Prism. There's a lot of, I find Prism on the album, Harlequin, like all those other Canadian bands. You're right. His vocals are a little bit stars. Michael Lee Smith, when he's singing deeper, kind of has that sort of vocal, but then he goes really, really high and is hitting those Gillan wails. But yeah, like I pretty much like everything except for When I'm With You. I don't ever need to hear that. I mean, the vocals are fine. It's just the song itself is the only song without a guitar solo, really.
You should mention he broke a world record with that song, right?
Yeah, he did break a world record. He's in the Guinness Book of Records for When I'm With You, because it was the first the only one, or the first #1 hit to hold a note for like 19 seconds or something in a song, and a hit in a #1 song. It's a really weird record. It's very, very vague.
Oh hell, I figured it was for the wimpiest Canadian ballad ever.
I got to add something about that song.
Time.
Yep.
Sidney, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. When I told Ashley, Grant, you'll like this.
I hope so.
When I told her about the Sheriff One and Done, she goes, and I played that song When I'm With You. She hadn't heard it since 1989, and she knew every word, and she belted it out. And she can sing. She can pull a Freddy, and she sang every damn word. And I was
should
like,
have had her on the show instead of Webb.
Hell yeah! Why we have Webb on here?
Don't encourage her. Don't
Get her to
encourage
sing
her.
it.
She'll pop on here in a second.
Oh man.
Well, that's cool though. She
Yeah,
still remembered it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elise has another great song. Mama's Baby has that whole stick sound, like you guys said. I don't know. I actually really like it. I mean, yeah, there's not really anything bad I can really say about it, other than When I'm With You. I don't need to hear that, but that's the only thing that brings it down for me. I actually really like this album. I've heard it many times, actually. I listened to that cassette a lot. And yeah, I no problem giving it 9.5.
9.5.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Dang, nature.
What do you?
Damn
Wow,
nature.
9.5. So, okay, never mind.
Ashley loves it. That's good enough. Well, Ashley, what would you rate it out of 10?
I don't know.
And anybody else in the chat, if you haven't given me your rating yet, I need your rating out of 10 if you have,
Oh boy.
if you know this record. I think 2 from the right is keyboard.
Yes.
The guy hunched over?
No,
Yeah,
that's
you told me
no,
the
the-
order
no,
earlier.
that's
Sidney.
Steve. No, that's
Oh,
Steve.
the guy with the parachute pants.
No,
the
that's
guy that looks like he does taxes for a living.
second
that's
from
the
the
keyboard
right.
player.
Yes, yes, that's the key.
You know what? If you look at that album cover, these look like just like a mismatch.
I think that was
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, you got a guy trying out for Miami Vice, and you got a mime,
Oh.
and you got a couple guys who auditioned for Grease.
Yes.
And the Village People guy.
Yeah, I think he's the drummer. Leave it to the drummer to look like that. But does
Nothing
hey,
like parachute pants.
what about doesn't he kind of look like Rex Smith a little bit? Somebody said the
Kinda.
singer. Is he
Yeah,
all
but
Rex?
was gonna
Rex Smith is
say-
better looking.
He does look
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit like.
He's got the eyebrows though.
They're all
I
Italian.
watched
I don't
Shave
see a
that
lot of
shit
ratings in the
down.
chat,
Yes.
Grant. I don't see
What
a lot of
those
people rating
but
it.
he
eyebrows?
looked like a little bit.
Everybody got quiet. What
The singer's kind of trying to look like Dennis DeYoung too, with the white outfit. And
Mm-hmm.
I think he looks like Mark Torian from Bullet Boys. I don't know why, but I do.
The Bullet Boys.
I know.
Mhm.
Yeah, Trey says, I've never heard it, but 9.5 seems kind of high.
It's questionable.
That's
It's
all right.
questionable.
It's questionable, young Logan. Drummer with arms crossed.
yeah, it goes drums, bass, guitar, keys, and vocals. It's from left to right. Oh yeah, no one
He has
mentioned.
patches on his white jacket for
Yeah.
leaning on bars. Maybe.
No one mentioned
Elbow
Steve
patches.
DeMarchi went on to play for the Cranberries. Actually,
Ellen wants to know if Sid is high.
He did. Oh wow.
yeah,
Are you high?
He went
All
to the
the time.
Cranberries.
yeah, the guitar
What?
player played for
What is-
Dolores and the Cranberries. So I know he played for her solo, Steve DeMarchi. Yeah,
L is feisty too.
I like it.
Wow.
Makes it more
That's a
fun.
different gig.
Well, do you know who L is?
No.
Sid.
Who's Al?
my mom.
Is that your mom?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Al.
Not the only
Yeah.
mom. Look at that.
Are you high, Sid? Your mom wants to know if you're on drugs. Are you on drugs?
It's
I
just
learned it
it's
from
just because she
you.
cares about you, Sidney. It's just because she cares.
That's it.
Wow. Wow. Well, Al, I hope you please like and subscribe at least to my channel, at least. Same with you, Ashley. Please like and subscribe. The cover could be worse, like Love Beach.
Wow.
Oh God, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
it is
God,
better
yeah.
than Love Beach, Debbie.
Love Beach. Hey, that's the classic.
They was
That's
from the Cranberries. Wait a minute. Who? What?
The guitar player played in the Cranberries from '96 to 2003.
You did. I'll
That's
be
so
damned. I did not know
weird.
that. Look at Sidney. He's just full of all kinds of knowledge. I like it.
Yeah.
That's a
Ashley
completely
likes
different thing. It's weird.
All right.
was it.
So, did everybody give their rating? Because we can do our tally now, ladies and gentlemen. I know everyone's
left them
fighting at the bit.
Grant, what you didn't talk about the album?
Oh, well, I don't. You guys pretty much
Yes,
talked
I
about
think
it.
so.
What would I give this record?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I would give it a 5. I've got it. I never returned to it. I just think it's kind of.
Yeah.
I can see why it just kind of. It's all right, but it's nothing great.
Yeah. There's not a lot of spark on the album.
I know
but
I've got the CD, but I never listened to it, and it's just AOR. The single's fine if you like that pop. The single's good, very poppy though. You know, I could see why Ashley dug it, but it's
The
really
girls
not my
like it.
cup of tea.
Yeah. The girls.
But
like
you know, if let's say you were dating somebody, and I'm just not going to say.
it. Just
If I was a guy and I
just
was
thought that
back
for
in
what
the 80s and the girl that I was dating was hot and she wanted to play sheriff,
mhm.
I'd play the damn thing over and over again.
Well said, Grant. Well said.
I'll just
Oh,
leave it
yeah.
at that.
Do you think
It's
DC
okay.
played this song before?
Oh, hell yes.
Oh, DC got down to
This is
the
a little late
Yeah,
for
for the-
DC though, because
you.
DC was very busy playing the Carpenters. Well, DC's whole thing is that he would play the music that his girlfriends would like. So he was playing the Carpenters, anything that DC could get some action with. That's what DC was about, was getting some action. So he listened to a lot of that. But if this was like in the early 80s, yes, DC would have been right.
Yeah, DC sounds like a player, or he sounded like
DC is a player, or was. Make out song, George.
Definitely the single from this album. Definitely the single from this album. Was definitely probably the couples skate at skating rinks.
100%. In 1982, it's the perfect
I'm having some
track.
buffering problems. I
know what you said though. Basically, let me reinterpret what the elder said. You can ice skate to that hit single. Basically, is what he said.
I like what McFadden just said. It's up there with When I See You Smile.
He doesn't know his ass from the hole in the ground. Don't listen to McFadden.
I kind of like that comment. I'm just giving him props for it.
Look at him. He looks like a book. He doesn't.
He's a rocker.
McFadden thinks it's up there with When I See You Smile. It is not.
Right. That's no way to treat your former warehouse alumni.
He's not former warehouse alumni.
Well, he's been on here before.
He's not former. He's not even alum. I don't know what it is. I'm going to quote slogans. AOR is a dumb term. Isn't all music album oriented? Well, no, not anymore. It was our frisbee.
But
smash the like button. Please listen to Davey Cretin and please smash that like button. I can't talk.
Davey knows.
Davey knows.
Mm-hmm.
If you enjoy the music, here we go. If you enjoy the music, it is music.
Yes.
If you don't, it's still music, just not for you. Well said, Stephen.
Very
well
nice.
Said. So anyway, let's do our tally. I guess everybody's weighed in. It's looking average. Well, I bet it's going to be about we'll see.
Kiefer.
Oh, wait a minute. I screwed it up again.
4.
Because I put a comma in somewhere.
You got to carry the one, Grant. Don't forget.
All right, here it is. I found my mistake. All right. We're coming up with a 6.7. Ooh.
Well, that was inflated.
Where I was almost
5.
Logan's right in there, right in that ballpark. See? Listen to Logan.
Young Logan knows.
Young
Grant,
Logan.
I got
a math problem for you. Take out Sidney's 9.5 and then give me an average.
Oh, it's probably like a 5 then.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it. I'll do it.
Take out the 9.5.
No, because Logan gave it 7, so it wouldn't be 5. It would still be higher.
Yeah.
I got a 6.7.
And I gave it an 8.
It's actually it'd be a 6.8.
Yeah.
Rounded up.
Oh.
There you go. But hey, but if Sidney likes it, he likes it. If he thinks it's a 9.5, it's a 9.5. I'm putting it back in.
Oh, yeah.
He's the reason we got this show, pretty much, right? I mean,
it was Sidney's idea.
Yeah.
And look what we did. So there you go. So
cool.
Logan went over. Another live one and done. What is today? On the 21st. Oh, okay. Different crew though, but Cretin will be on that crew. We will be doing another one and done on the 21st at 8 p.m. And we will be looking at the album David and David. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So, but it'll be a different crew. But I want to have this crew back because I kind of like this crew because you guys are fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
it was fun.
Anybody? Jay sent me a whole freaking list of stuff.
List of bands.
You did, didn't you, Jay?
Really?
Sorry.
No, you're cool.
Grant, I've sent you a couple. Grant, for the one and dones, you liked one of them. You remember which one it was?
I'd have to look. I can.
Webb, did you tell him about Beck?
He died. Well, the guy I sent you died in a river.
What?
We always like to talk about people that died in the rivers.
He walked into the Mississippi and he died.
What?
Oh, Jeff Buckley.
Jeff Buckley.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. But
that's some good
I
stuff.
guess that would be a one and done, wouldn't it?
Definitely one and done.
Does anybody else on this panel know that?
No.
I don't know enough to talk about it, Grant.
Yeah, but you can learn.
I can learn.
You think when Pete Pardo says, Grant, I need you to come on the show and talk Brad.
You're already ready to go. You know, you're
Brad.
prepared.
No, I'm not. I have to study for all these damn shows.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. I mean, we can do it. I mean, I'll
I'm
come
just
on here
throwing
again.
I am throwing it out here.
I'll do
Hey,
Buckley.
if you want some echo, you know who to call.
Well, as long as you, yeah, I do. I'm just throwing it out there. We can take this offline. We don't have to talk about it and bore people. But we'll come up. I'll get this group back together for
He's the
something.
best echo in the
One and
business.
done. That's right. And hopefully, Dean says David and David was
and
excellent.
David.
Well, we're going to look at it.
I know. I like that one.
Isn't Jeff Buckley a grunge singer?
No, Kiefer. No, he's not.
Or, come on, man.
Go back and listen to it, Kiefer.
Kiefer's
He's not.
cool. I don't care. Look, Brian knows Jeff Buckley. Brian, can
critical
you talk
darling.
Jeff Buckley?
Yeah. Come on.
Is he a singer?
Come on, Brian. Yeah, well, he's
He's
yeah.
Tim Buckley's son.
I don't know who Tim Buckley
died
is.
tragically too, so it's a family thing.
Tim Buckley was in the 60s.
Yeah, 60s and 70s. Yeah.
And he was basically kind of like a folk singer, but he got way
Remember Jeff
Yeah.
Buckley,
out
yeah.
there.
He got real weird. He had a 5-octave voice.
Cretin,
He
who
kinda
can talk
freaked people
any
out.
band or artist, says that he's game.
Yeah.
All right, Cretin.
Davey knows.
The great one and all done is too nerd. The great one and
The
all
greatest.
done
The greatest one and done.
of all time is too nerdy for Grant.
What's the greatest one and done?
What's
who
the
is it,
greatest
Kiefer?
one and done, Kiefer?
Who is
Pac-Man
it?
Fever.
Put it in the comments, Keeper.
Put it in the comments. Don't hold back, man.
Jeff-
Yes.
All right, Brian
Yeah,
McFadden.
what is it?
Brian, all right, we do Jeff Buckley, you're on. Pac-Man Fever. What the hell are you
Kiefer.
talking about?
Making up names now.
Oh, Pac-Man. Oh, I don't know.
Kiefer put something. Never
Spiral
heard of it.
Architects accept what?
Of course, I'm talking about Spiral Architects Aseptics.
One and
Uni-
done.
Spec-
Pac-Man
What the
Fever.
freaking shit is that,
Oh.
Kiefer?
Must be some
Yeah,
sort
Yeah,
of.
that.
Spiral. That's a good album.
Someone should ask if Kiefer's on drugs.
Spiral
Is
Architect.
that, is that
That's a
some
good
sort of
album.
like
Yeah.
Dream
I've
Theater
heard
off
Pete
to it or
talk
something?
about it, but I've never listened to it.
It's a
The
proggy.
only guys on this panel I couldn't.
Yeah, that's a
I could
very.
picture enjoying. What's it like? Death metal or something?
I
can't
don't
remember.
listen. I
No.
don't like death metal.
Nickel.
No.
I don't. So it's
Well,
not me.
it's like prog metal, I think.
Ice Tiger is good.
Cretin knows it.
Proggy album. I got that out. I got this.
Remember,
got
I don't like
that?
Dream Theater though.
Elder, you've got that? Elders in space.
Spiral.
Time
Yeah.
problem.
Spiral Architect.
One and done Pac-Man Fever. I haven't. No, we're not doing that.
So Kiefer probably hates me now because I said I don't like.
No, we could do Jackie Lomax, but Jackie he put out more than one record.
I have it.
It's prog metal. Oh, I don't like prog metal. No. I've tried. I've tried to listen to Dream Theater. No, can't get into it.
Uh-oh.
Damn Yankees is a
hide,
one
hide.
and done.
Two. They had two or three. Damn Yankees. Two.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this dog up. We went an hour. I want to thank the panel tonight.
Crispin Glover.
What happened?
Davies.
Davey had a good one.
Crispin Glover. Oh my God.
Oh, wait a minute. Where'd he? Yes. In fact, Davey mentioned that to me that we should do that because evidently that record's really good.
It is
Really?
not. It's awful.
Davey, you weren't kidding.
Is
You
it
weren't-
that
you
bad?
I never heard
Well,
it.
it's not. That's not really music. I mean, I don't know what you call it.
What's he doing? Just talking?
Yeah, it's like a
yeah,
spoken
but-
word.
Oh.
Yes,
It's weird. I remember hearing it
Elder,
once.
you're right.
I don't know.
But
Yeah,
he
he
thinks
We
mentioned-
should do a
Straight.
show about that and recite
Creighton loves it.
what he says.
Creighton loved it. He says it's insane.
Yeah, Al Val's got a good one.
Well,
Loss.
if anybody's
Yes.
seen Davey on the show, he's insane. So. All right, well,
Davipedia. Sorry, he's the
You
literal.
know, it's hard to get him to be quiet. It's all right though. All right, let's wrap this up. Webb, shut up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to wrap this show up. I want to thank tonight's panel. Sidney with this topic. Excellent. We got Webb. Everybody, give Webb some love. Young Logan, everybody. The Elder of Rock from the Contrarians. Excellent. And then, of course, Jay. So I'm going to get these guys back on here because this is gold, ladies and gentlemen. And next time we won't have any issues because I'm going to have all these guys come 15 minutes early to test everything. So I don't know, gentlemen, I'll be in contact. I do want to thank again everybody in the chat. It's always fun talking music with these gentlemen, even though this is the first time. I don't know. So what was it, Creighton? When is it again? Next week? I guess it's next week. We're doing David and David, and we'll get these guys back for another show. All right, everybody, keep it clean and wrap the rascal, and don't do drugs.
Peace out.